Hey, what's going on? Joe Coffey here for PremierGuitar.com. We're at the New York Amp Show. I said LA a while ago. You'll have to look for the blooper reel. We're at the New York Amp Show 2009, checking out amps from Landry amps. And so I've got the man himself here with me, Bill Landry. Bill, how you doing?
Excellent. Having a great time here.
You got an EL34 machine right before us, right? Tell us about it.
Well, it's 100 watts, 2 independent channels, got a clean channel with its own tone circuit and gain structure, and a separate distortion channel with high gain boost that you can add in. We've got a reverb. It's a beautiful sounding reverb, master volume and presence. Got an effects loop, and I just tried to build an amp that's really to use. If you notice, there's no switches anywhere except the on-off and standby. I wanted to build something that somebody could spend about 5 minutes looking at it, and it'll make sense to them, and you can get good sounds coming out of it very quickly. That's kind of my thinking on it.
You're building on a classic concept here, so talk about what you add to it tonally. Are you adding some new things, or is it straight up tribute?
No, it's not tribute. It's Marshall inspired, but with the 2 separate channels and the effects loop. And I mean, it's not a Marshall circuit by any means, but that's where I started from. And well, I can kind of run through it and give you a demo.
Yeah, let's do that. You know, the best way to get to know this thing is to hear it. So why don't you fire it up, man?
We'll start with the clean channel, and I'll give you single coil neck pickup. Now, this is not a Strat, so it'll never sound like a Strat, but it doesn't do that bad of a job. You know, it's kind of a, and then we can. Oh, I got the gain way back. We can turn it up and get a little bit of distortion even on the clean channel.
Where's your verb setting at right now?
Well, what do you call that? About 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. You want it off? I forgot I had the delay on. And we can switch over to the distortion channel. And not heavily saturated. Actually, when you crank it, it will kind of hit you. But more of a rhythm, or I don't know. Everybody thinks of it their own way, but it's not heavily overdriven. And then we can click in the high gain, and you have a separate gain control for the high gain here. So you can kind of dial it in wherever you want.
And what kind of guitar pickups and speakers in the cabinet?
Well, this is a homemade guitar. I built it. It's got WB custom pickups. These are Firewaters. It's mahogany neck and back, maple top, rosewood fretboard. Pretty basic, common wood combination. The speakers in the cabinet you're hearing are warehouse guitar speaker ET65s, which are one of my favorite speakers. I mean, they're just a gorgeous speaker to look at as well as to hear. And a lot of guys that have come through here, this cabinet has warehouse veteran 30s, his version of a vintage 30, slightly modified. And it's a great speaker too, but I've had a bunch of guys, and I'll A/B the cabinets, And when they go back to that one, they go, ooh, that's just a really good sounding speaker. And I feel the same way. I think they're excellent.
Where are your price points on your gear?
The 100 watter is $26.50, and the 50 watter is $25.50. It's an identical amp, different output transformer, and only 2 EL34s.
And your slant cab?
You know, I don't have prices on the cabinets yet.
To be determined.
Yeah, it is to be determined.
Stay tuned.
But another feature I wanted to point out is, if you notice, I've got the cover off of here.
Yeah.
I'll demonstrate on this one here. They pop off real easy. You ever tried to change your tubes and you can't see the pin orientation? So it's got industrial strength Velcro on these so that you can access it and you can see your tube sockets. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I needed it because as I get older, I can't really see. So.
All right, so if people want to find out more about your amps, where can they go?
LandryAmps.com.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm Joe Coffey, and you're watching PremierGuitar.com.